It's Ash from Super Videos back for another video for Season 11 of The Walking Dead. They recently dropped a new teaser for Season 11, which, as many of you know, is the final season of The Walking Dead. Now this one is very interesting because there's a clue in here that leads me to think that they may be doing some sort of a comic adaptation, but they're gonna do it in a different way, which is extremely interesting. So stay tuned, we'll be right back to look at this teaser and break it down. Alright, as always, before we get into this, if you're not a subscriber and enjoy the content by the end, consider subscribing to join our community, share and smash the like button and press the bell to be notified when we upload. So with that, let's dive right into it. So this shot right here is the actual image that we see in the teaser. Now what's very interesting is that we can obviously see some sort of an underground train station. So that tells me one big thing, which is that this is in a big city or a relatively big city, which would definitely make sense because for us comic readers, we know that season 11 is going to focus on, for the most part, a new community that's going to be introduced named Commonwealth that's coming directly from the comics. And comic readers also know that that community in the comics was the biggest community that the survivors have ever seen. And that definitely goes along with this right here, which is some sort of a subway underground train station. Now what's also very interesting is that we can see graffiti on the wall. So that's another hint that this is not just any sort of train station. It's a sort of train station that you see in large cities. Because obviously if it's a smaller city, you don't usually see these type of graffiti on the walls. And as far as the graffiti goes, the one graffiti that definitely stands out is the graffiti that says, "If there is a God, he will have to beg for my forgiveness." So that's extremely interesting. Now, there's two ways this could go. This could either be something that was written as the world was falling, which would kind of explain the message, but there's also a possibility that this was written by a member of this community, which we're at this point calling Commonwealth, assuming they're not going to change the name, which is extremely unlikely at this point. So someone at Commonwealth could have written this message. Now if that's the case, what does this really mean? If there is a God, he will have to beg for my forgiveness. This could possibly be a clue that we might see an adaptation or a remix of a storyline that was in the comics where we saw a sort of riot take place at the Commonwealth. Might be a little bit of a stretch, and the message coming from this text that's on the wall doesn't directly link to a riot, but at the same time I think there could be some sort of a connection. I could obviously be wrong, but I feel like there's just something there, because it's just too random for them to have this in a teaser and not have it mean anything significant. Because let's think about it. If this was written by someone as the world was falling and there's no deeper meaning behind it and there's no deeper connection, what was the point of them including it? They must have known that comic fans specifically would break the heck out of these teasers, right? Because of the last teaser that they released, which was the cake. To non-comic readers, that must have not really meant too much, but for comic readers, we got a lot out of that. For those of you that missed my breakdown of that, go check it out. There's definitely some very interesting stuff in that teaser with the cake from season 11 that hints at a lot of comic material coming to the TV version, and it makes it unlikely that they're gonna remix a lot of those comic storylines. So go check that out if you're interested. So because of that, I feel like there must have been a reason why they included this text on the wall. And the best thing that I could come up with that kind of relates to storylines that are going to be coming up is the riot that takes place at Commonwealth. So at this point, I feel like there's some sort of a connection. But I'm very interested to know everyone's thoughts and opinions. What do you think of this teaser? What do you think of the graffiti on the wall? Specifically the text that we can see. Do you think there could be a connection between this and the comic storyline where there's a riot at Commonwealth, or do you think that it's completely different? So share your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. If you're not a subscriber and enjoyed the content, subscribe to join our community, share and smash the like button, and press the bell to be notified when we upload. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.